Hello everyone, I am the anti-Overlord feminist. What? The anti-feminist Overlord? I forgot my name. Oh well. Doesn't matter. We've hit this video off with a good start. Tension in the air. Tension in the air. But, yeah, I wanted to make a little light-hearted opening before we get into the main topic of the video. But first, I think it's safe to establish at this point that feminism is no longer the organisation it used to be. In fact, if it were, they'd be battling for the rights of women in third world countries, whereby they'll simply be killed for being raped. However, they do not. Some may do, but the large scale of radical feminists have consumed the order into something more scary and violent in its own right. If they're fighting for equality, then well done, pack up and go home. There is no wage gap, no patriarchy, and no male privilege. If you want to be a mechanic, then you can. If you want to be a builder, scientist, or even a politician, then you can. All you have to do is get off your fat, lazy ass and actually work for these positions rather than claim sexism left, right, and centre. If I had a penny for every time they did that, I would be so rich by now. The feels. Speaking of sexism, though, remember in my last video when I called out a feminist for being more sexist than the people she's claiming? Well, hypocrisy continues to fester within the movement, whereby women are more sexist to women. Ironic, right? I don't think so, but still. I won't go into too much detail since this topic has already been covered by people like Bearing, Thunderfoot, and Undoomed. I'm not fully aware if it was Thunderfoot, but he may have done it in some form. But nevertheless, to put it in layman's terms, Yvette Cooper and Jess Phillips launched a campaign called Reclaiming the Internet, and this was basically to enable people to stand against abuse online from sexism, racism, and whatnot. So yeah, pretty fair reasons. But there was a hitch. With the help of Demos, they created a think tank where they gathered tweets that held the words slut or whore as an example. But, funnily enough, when the report came back, it turns out more women are sexist to women than men are to women. Now put that up your pipe and smoke it. I'd say in, but I'd rather it be up. Ladies. Now then, on to the main topic. The word that I hate so much. Rape. This is why I wanted to get a bit of light-hearted comedy from me. Even if it didn't work, then whatever, but still. It's a fiddly topic to be sure because people feel uncomfortable talking about it, especially when they don't want to upset anyone through such a subject. Such a thing can be traumatizing for anyone, and those commit the crime, and for those that have commit the crime, can't word in my head properly, and have been proven guilty by a court of law should be punished severely. However, that rule doesn't seem to apply when in the reverse. I can already feel my brain cells crying out for release. They're saying, go back, don't mention, but I have to mention a name. I read a BuzzFeed article, and oh god, they're crying for salvation. But I'm gonna press on. A link will be in the description anyway, for the article, but the post title is this. This woman was expelled for allegedly sexually assaulting a man on campus. Okay, but I'm going to get ahead of myself very, very quickly because there's already a kink in the title. The culprit in question goes by the name of Rose, and to dumb it down for my sake, because good lord, she was accused for taking advantage of an intoxicated individual. However, Rose made a counterclaim that she was just as intoxicated as the male in question. Now, first off, how the fuck could you even know that? If she could recall herself being intoxicated, can that really be considered intoxicated? That she was intoxicated as the same amount as the male? Now, I'm not saying that alcohol or drugs is a defense, because I'm not. And it's not in general. I just wanted to point out the idiocy of it all. That doesn't really matter, though. Her saying whether or not she was just as intoxicated as he, since it was proven that she wasn't. In the final, what's it called? Memorandum, however you pronounce it. I'm going to feign dyslexia, but still. Basically, it detailed the reasoning behind Rose's expulsion. It was confirmed by the OEO, try saying that without a tongue twister. Ladies. Anyway, they found that there was insufficient information to determine the amount of alcohol consumed by Rose, and that it was also proven that the male was far more intoxicated. Furthermore, it also states that Rose knew or should have known of the male student's level of intoxication and his inability to understand the nature or consequences of his actions. Translation? She used it. Raped it. No ifs, no buts. And this entire fecking article is treating Rose like she's the victim here. Now, as far as a court of law is concerned, the male student didn't want to press the matter, since it was far too stressful, and he just wanted to be away from her. But you cannot deny the compelling evidence stacked against this vile woman. I'm not here to play Judge Render, though. I'm here to simply point out the hypocrisy. If it were the other way around, and this article was based upon a male, then he'd have been crucified, and rightly so, if of course it was done under a court of law, and he was proven to be guilty. Now, of course, it can't be proven in Rose's case, but like I just said, the evidence is stacked against her, and you can read the article yourself to get your own personal opinion upon it. But, of course, since there was no court of law, you can't really throw out the guilty card, like, oh, you're immediately guilty. But yeah. But what's happening here, though? Rose is being made to look like Archangel Gabriel, or Gabrielle, however you want to call him/her. Never before, though, have I seen something so disgusting and unethical. Feminism is not battling against sexism. It's only increasing it.